Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. Myself Praveen, I'm working as a cloud engineer, and this video is about code pipeline. So let's get into the video, guys. Then, what is code pipeline? It is a complete CI/CD tool, guys. It is a complete CI/CD tool which is continuous integration and continuous delivery. So it is completely managed by the AWS. It's completely managed by AWS. In other environments and other tools like Jenkins and everything is completely CI/CD, guys. So what this code pipeline will do is it fetch the code from GitHub and it will build the code and it will test the code and it will provision and it deploys. So these are the things that is going to be taken care of in that code pipeline, guys. So what are the for getting the code? It will be using the GitHub. So and it is for building. It is will be using code build and the testing also we can able to done by testing also can be done by code build, guys. So for provisioning and deployment, they we can use EC2 to deploy to the server, and we can also use the serverless like ECS and Lambda. We can do anything. So this is the pipeline is can be able to integrate with any number of services in the AWS, guys. Those this is the theory of AWS code pipeline. So let's get into the demo. Just go to the management console and type code pipeline. It will show the code pipeline. Here you can see the visualize and automate the different stages of your software release process, guys. It is a completely a CI/CD that is managed by AWS. So you can here go and create new pipeline. For this, I'll be just using the demo name, demo pipeline. You can use the execution mode as queued by default. It will be there, and you can create a new service role. It will be the default, but it will be created. If you are using ECS, then you'll need to give an access to ECS for this pipeline. And if you are using going to fetch a code from ECR, then you need to give the same different policies to this role. And if you are going to pass any environment variables, so then you need to be using this variable section. So it will be mostly used by handling the different environment in a single source pipeline. If you are going to deploy it, then if you're passing the environment variable as dev, then that dev pipeline will be triggered and deployed to the dev environment. So like that will be used. And click on next. It says that it's already used, so just use your and click on next. This is the source code stage, guys. This is where the code is getting fetched. So here there will be a number of services which is code commit, ECR, S3, Bitbucket. So you can use any of the services to fetch the code. Right now I'll be using GitHub version 2. So for using the getting connection from the GitHub, you need to create a connection first. So I already created a connection. If you're not created the connection, just click on connect to GitHub. What it is going to do is it is going to create a connector in your AWS GitHub so that it can AWS can able to fetch the code, guys. So I already made it. So I just did this connector and it will show us ready to connect or else it will be failed. And you can use any of the name, file name, repository name. So I'll be just using code pipeline GitHub and I'll be using the domain. This is the sample that I'm creating right now. So here you can see this is the output file by artifact format. The code pipeline default. This is the code pipeline default zip format. It will be stored in the type format. So then the next is trigger type. It is the most important when you are working with the code pipeline in depth. So right now I can select no filter so that the AWS code pipeline will be triggered whenever the code is pushed to a main branch. You can also specify the node specific filter, which is like there will be event like push or pull request. When you're pushing directly to the main branch, it will be triggered. When or else when you're creating a PR and when the PR is created, it will be triggered, or whenever the code is updated in the PR, it will be triggered. There will be different option like this, so you can use be able to use any of the filters based on the requirement. So just now I am creating a no filter, and I can next. This is an optional stage. If you are skipping the build stage, then you'll be asked to, if you can just, I'll show you the demo. If you, I just skipped the build stage. So right now they're asking for the deploy stage. If you are not using any code build stage, then you can able to deploy it to directly to the server or serverless based on your needs. So right now using the build stage, and I'll be using the AWS code build, or you can also use the AWS Jenkins, not AWS Jenkins, AWS managed Jenkins or private Jenkins. I'll be using AWS code build. You need to choose a region, and after choosing the region, you need to mention the artifact, guys, which means the AWS code build need to have some input. So this input can be fetched from the artifacts, which is from the source stage. In the source stage, it will fetch a code and it will be passed as an output. Then in the code build, it can able to fetch that as an artifact as an input. So before creating the code build, you need to create a project. Just I created the two different projects in the previous video, so that I will be using any of the projects, and it is triggers a single build type will be a single build, guys. And you need to choose a deploy provider, which is you can use a server or serverless. If you are using ECS, then you need to create a service complete in EC in your in the, under the ECS service section. So if it is not created, then you have to create and mention here. Justify giving the EC2 means, then you will not be doing. You can also choose Amazon S3 to store deploy the code, or you can use the AWS code deploy. For this, you need to configure the AWS code deploy here. So like this, you can able to choose the deploy stage, guys. This is how you can able to create a CI/CD pipeline, which is going to completely create and deploy to the server, deploy the code, guys. If you are using the S3, then it will ask for the packet. If I choose this, then you can able to need to give the packet key, guys. This is nothing but a path. So this is how you can create a code pipeline. You can just, we need to mention the source, and you need to mention the build stage, and then you need to mention the deploy stage, guys. You can also, it's a build is optional, if or else deploy is optional. You can able to skip any one of these, guys. So that's about code pipeline. I will explain you clearly while doing the project, guys. So thanks for watching this video.